Good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. It is right about 6:37 p.m. and it is 69 degrees. And today we're just going to be walking up Kinoole Street away from the downtown area. Today it more or less rained all throughout the afternoon going into the evening. And so now it's pretty chill out. Nothing much going on. Hearing the frogs coming out for the evening. Pretty gray out today. So I feel like every month that passes, I get to incorporate a little bit more information in terms of what to expect for the weather out here. And so when I first moved here, I discovered, maybe within 2 or 3 days, that it didn't just rain here frequently, but that there was also a rainy season. And so that was a big surprise. Literally, it was the weather had literally been fine for maybe 2 days. I'd moved here on November 4th, and by maybe November 7th or 8th, it more or less began downpouring just about once an hour, every hour, all day and all night. And so I was like, oh, okay, let me find out a little bit about that. And that's when I found out there was a 2-month rainy season. So then January came, and almost like clockwork, the weather just cleared up. Just completely cleared up. It would still rain occasionally at night, maybe like 3 days a week or something. But other than that, it was sunny every day, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is it. And it stayed like that for maybe three or 4 weeks, and then there was just a random week of rain after that, or a random week or two, maybe like a week of rain or a week or two of rain, and then it went right back to being sunny every day, only raining at night. So when it first started happening, I was like, oh shoot, maybe raining season isn't over. And the people here told me, no, like it just rains here. It just rains here that much. So I said to myself, okay, I'll give it a few more months and see how things pan out. And in general, I'd say, in general, it's been mostly sunny every day for weeks. Mostly good weather. Always rain at night, but mostly good weather. And so it had been that way for a while, maybe over a month before the period that we're in currently, which has basically been an entire 2-week stretch of rain. Of rain during the day, I should say. Of rain during the day. At random times. Not all day like it would do during rainy season, but it's just been raining for stretches. For stretches throughout the day. And it's still looking the same, basically. The forecast for the next maybe week and a half is rain every single day. So you kind of have to play it by ear. You never know. If it'll rain earlier, if it'll rain later, if it'll rain in the afternoon, or if it'll just rain at night. But at least for March, it's been guaranteed rain. So I'm gonna have to get some rain shoes. And I've already got a poncho that I keep with me pretty much all the time, and call it a day. Here's this elementary school that's basically been closed for the foreseeable. I've been talking about it on my video from earlier today. I've only ever seen I've only ever seen kids maybe practice soccer and stuff here, just a little bit. I mentioned even though kids aren't allowed to go back into schools, they are allowed to play sports and stuff. They do still. I believe for their school teams and stuff, they do still practice and play against one another. So that's pretty cool, at least. I think right now we're passing by a mom and pop motorcycle repair shop. The guys who run it, whenever I pass by here, I've just seen older folks, pretty much the age of any elders, posted up waiting for anyone to come through. I definitely have to assume they are former biker gang members back in the glory days. There's a little totem here. A little bit hard to see. I can't tell if that's a little Buddha or what. I just saw online that apparently they've got these Donald Trump Buddha statues that have become popular in China. Which is a little bit funny. They look funny. But they do look like, I mean, it basically just looks like if Trump were sitting Indian style in a kimono and everything, like in a meditative state. Oh, this is a clinic for, I think, to help with aging. Yeah. Nice little sunset. Oh. You know, it's something that I learned while being here, is that whenever you're going to beaches and parks and things of that nature, I feel like, especially as an outsider, it's a little bit of a sign of respect to leave the place better than how you found it. Meaning that if you end up seeing any litter or anything like that from tourists and people who are just passing through and, you know, don't have a stake in the land, it's always really appreciated. if you remove some of it on your own, and so people here do that. That's actually part of the culture here. Got a baseball field and what I think is a junior high school. I almost never walk on this side. I'm always over by the church. But yeah, it's such a small town here that, I mean, I've just been here a few months, and I already know people who take their kids to this baseball field for practice and stuff. I feel like there's definitely been a lot of that since I've been here. If I meet people at random, exchange numbers or what have you, even if I don't get around to calling, or they don't get around to calling, I definitely know that I'll see them again on the island. It's kind of like that here. When people try to connect, or when people have actually connected with me. Look, here's a little Dexter's laboratory. Always forget I need to activate a sensor in order to cross the street. I always walk past them because, at least the area where I'm from, around New York and New Jersey, the sensors do not seem to acknowledge. They don't really seem to acknowledge you. You press them, and the lights seem to be set to just run on their own schedule, and that's it. But here just about, I would say just about every sensor here has been responsive. The light will change. The light usually changes over within 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds of me pressing the button or activating the sensor. Might just have to do with there being less traffic here. All right, it's starting to get pretty dark out. So I will not keep this video too long. I'll make longer ones on the weekends when I have a chance to go by the coast. But I at least wanted to get some of this in today.